Hi everyone, Esther here from Esther-Astro-Healing. Thank you so much for tuning to my channel. Today we're going to discuss about the full moon. It's general video, just to explain to you what really full moon represent in Kabbalistic astrology and according to Kabbalist, and why full moon it's absolutely very, very important moment we should celebrate, we should connect and understand. And I'm going to more explain to you as well how it's actually relate to your chart too, because the full moon, each of us feel completely different. And I'll give you a few examples so you can relate and you can understand even more on a personal level. I always recommend for you to check your birth chart and see when did you born, what kind of moon was at the moment of your birth. And the very, very easy way to understand, you can go to Google and literally check on what was the lunar calendar. For example, if you celebrate and you understand Hebrew calendar, it's very easy. So if, for example, you're born between 13 and 17, because the full moon, it's always on 15 of the lunar months, right? So if, for example, you're born 13, 14, 15, especially 15, it's mean you're born on the full moon. If you're born 13 or 14, you're already closer to the full moon, and 14 especially. And the same after full moon, we have another 2 days, which is it's really filled as more energy as a full moon. Why it's very important? Because if you know you're born on a full moon, or at least day or two prior, you will understand then you connect to the full moon in more. Same thing with the water signs. If, for example, you have a full moon, or you have your own moon in Cancer, or you have full moon in, especially in Cancer, or if you have full moon in Pisces or Scorpio, the full moon usually feel more as a water sign. So the water inside of your chart, very strong, especially in emotional level. Okay, so this is really important. And then you will understand yourself a little bit more better. You will understand why, especially when it comes to the close to the full moon, you become more sensitive and you react to things different way. Okay, so what is really full moon in Hebrew? In Hebrew, it's called Livana, and full moon in directly it's called Yerech Maleh, and it's created by a letter Tet. And you will see on the screen, so shortly you will see the letter Tet. It's really important to know as well, because every time when you're overwhelmed during the full moon, you always can close your eyes and meditate on the letter Tet, because it's the seed level, it's the DNA when the full moon, when the moon created. Okay, so the first precept was given to us on the Mount Sinai from the 613 mitzvot. What is the mitzvot? Mitzvot, it's precepts, it's commandments. It's not really, Kabbalists don't use the word commandments. It's much more deeper, mitzvot. So we have 613 mitzvot, and the first one was given to us on a blessing for the new moon. Now, so the importance of the moon in general is the key answer to understand about our personal natal chart, location, and our tikkun. And remember, the south and north nodes is the partners of the moon. So it's another very, very important thing to connect to. Now, the connection to what is the moon? It's connection to the mother feminine energy with ourselves. And doesn't matter if you're male or female, the both energies very strong in tune and imprint inside of us. Some of us, you can be a female in a physical level this lifetime, but you can have actually more male energy inside of you, and vice versa. So what another thing I want us to understand as well, what is really, again, what is the moon? Moon associate with the feminine energy, and it's called Malchut. Malchut is the world we live in. If you know the 10 Sfirot, the 10 illumination, they're from the Tree of Life reality. If you see the Tree of Life as well, you can see the first one in bottom, it's button in the bottom, it's called Malchut. What is the Malchut? It's intuition. it's deep inner psychic we have. It's reflect how we feel about ourselves, how we deal with our relationship and respond to situation. So each month we have moon, waxing moon, and we have waning moon in fullness, which is affecting earth womb. And the monthly cycle, almost you can compare to the woman monthly cycle. We start to feel full moon, as I mentioned in the beginning of video, at least 54 hours prior and 54 hours after. This is according to Sefer Yezirah. So the full moon pertains to fulfill and harvest, but the new moon is about birth and beginning. So this is something very, very important for us to understand. For example, this particular video, which is you can watch anytime to understand what is really full moon, I'm making this video exactly the day before full moon in Leo. Now, what's really important to understand when we celebrate new moon in Leo, it's exactly an opposition cross from it's going to be in August, and full moon right now it's in February. So it's very important to understand the new moon, how we celebrate the new moon, what is the seed level we put inside of the new moon, what is our intention, perhaps what wish we can make. So when the full moon comes in 6 months, we can actually see the outcome. We can see the, so to say, the results of our initial thought on the new moon. So it's very, very, everything very connected. Now, moon in general, as I mentioned as well before, its main ruler of sign of Cancer is also always associated with the right side of our brain, because it allowed us to tap into realm of intuition, prayers, meditation, and the sharing ability, loving ability, caring ability we have inside of us. So full moon governs the power of divine energy, which is because of the fullness is like a pregnancy of the full moon, which is a source of straightening subconscious power. Full moon happen once a month when the runs are fully and illuminate surface of the moon 2 weeks after the new moon. So as soon we have a full moon, in 2 weeks we have a new moon. After new moon, we have 2 weeks full moon. Okay, so we have, this is really important for you guys to understand. Now, for example, as I mentioned, if you have, if you're born closer to full moon or on the full moon, if you have a water sign and the children as well, elderly people, and they feel this energy the most. Full moon has ability to bring a very powerful concentrate cosmic energy on all 4 kingdoms. It's affecting all 4 kingdoms. What is the 4 kingdoms? We have mineral kingdom, we have vegetable kingdom, animal, and mankind kingdom. And all the kingdoms really affected by full moon, because the moon affecting the water, and we all built of water. Even stone has a ability to have a water. So through the centuries, Kabbalists, healers, shamans used to collect certain plants only during the full moon. Why? Because they knew those herbs would be more optimized by collecting them and to have a more powerful healing abilities. This is why they were needed to be collected on a full moon. Another thing is also connected to most powerful cosmic events. We need to understand the creator choose specifically full moon. We have many Kabbalistic holidays, and 90% of Kabbalistic holidays actually falling on a full moon. And I will give you example. We have a Tu B'Av, which is, I made this video exactly one day of the um, uh, Valentine's Day. So Tu B'Av, we celebrate during the month of Av, which is month of Leo, and it's on 15 of Av, which is its celebration of the love, celebration the energy of the love. Actually, Kabbalists give a lot of importance to holiday Tu B'Av, because Tu B'Av has the energy of Mashiach as well, final redemption, because it's connecting it's like a mini Purim. It's considered, it has a energy of Binah. Remember Binah, it's from the Tree of Life reality. We have a Ibina, it's on the left side across from Or Chokhmah. So the Tu B'Av connect to this energy, same as we have Yom Kippur. Then we have next holiday, we have holiday of Sukkot, which is we celebrate and we pray for all 70 nations. A lot of people know, but Sukkot, extremely, extremely important holiday. We've been given codes and secrets through the prayers, while every day we connect to different tribe, and altogether of the 7 weeks, we covering all 70 nations by sending them love and peace. And it's actually very important cosmic energy, which is to bring peace to the mineral kingdom too, and vegetable kingdom. So really important. And again, Sukkot always happen in most of the time months of October, which is months of Libra, and it's 15 of months of Libra, which is again on the full moon. What else we have on the full moon? We have Pesach, Passover on the full moon. What is the Passover? And Pesach Sheni as well we have on the full moon, which is Pesach, the full Pesach we have in the months of Aries. And the Pesach Sheni usually we always have on the months of Taurus. And what is this? What the Pesach represent? Coming out of slavery. And again, we need to understand, then creators specifically want us to celebrate this cosmic energy. It's all about energy. It's all about, it's not just religious holiday. It's the specific window in cosmic window, which is we can tune on this specific day and collect this energy, because in the upper level, there's no space, time, and motion. So by closing our eyes, but to be really, it's really important to be on time. It's really important to know the date in order to tune this energy. What else? What other holidays we have? We have Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat, it's another extremely, extremely important holiday, which is the Kabbalist teaching us is this is days not just represent vegetable kingdom and we celebrate trees, we celebrate the seed of everything what we invest, because inside of the seed, the DNA of the seed, it's most important. It's when you create a baby, for example, when seed comes, sperm comes inside of the woman womb. This is the moment when the consciousness of the both parents who creating this baby going to be invested and injected in the seed. And this is why the Tu B'Shvat, it's extremely important in celebration. And another holiday we have, which is one of my favorite holidays, is the Purim. And interesting enough, I'm making video today. It's called Purim Sheni, because this year it's the called leap year. Every 4 years we have a leap year, and in Hebrew calendar we have two Pisces. So we have two Purims, but main Purim is going to be in Pisces in Dagim, it's called in Hebrew Dagim, in the Pisces Bet, which is second Pisces, it's going to be next month. But today it's interesting, it's the another energetical force on the Purim Sheni. And again, Purim, it's connecting to immortality, it's connecting to what impossible becoming possible. Is directly connecting to Mashiach, Messiah, the final redemption. And it's ruled by planet Jupiter, which is in Hebrew called Tzaddik. How awesome it is, huh? So now, guys, every time when a full moon comes, you're not just gonna connect, oh my God, it's full moon, I'm probably gonna be a little bit more sensitive. No, it's just not just about that. There's a tremendous energy, a lot of things happening in a cosmic energy, which is we can tune in and collect and claim our birthright, those energetical, it's like a computer system. You understand? We, without knowing, it's not the same, it still exists. You're going to get some energy, but with knowledge, which is knowledge become wisdom, then you activate this energy in fullness. Okay, so remember, the full moon has no light on its own, it's reflection of the sun, right? And when moon is shining in its brightness and fullness, we're receiving maximum light and vitality, and the sun's waves reflecting on the lunar surface. So while the energy of the full moon lasts for about 3 days before and after lunar, it's really one small moment happen of the full moon. So technically, moon is only full for the tiny moment when the sun and the moon are directly opposite each other in the sky. When a moon is completely full, it is spiritual and energetical peak of whatever you start when the sun and the moon united in the new moon. As I mentioned in the beginning, so if you can catch the full moon moment, don't look on the full moon completely for a long time. It's not the best idea. It can activate a little bit your nervous system. You can, by connecting to the full moon, there's a special prayers as well. Men have, they do especially blessing on the full moon and as well the new moon we have. And always remember, you can put in your calendar what's happened, for example, in the new moon of Leo, and then every time 6 months later, we have in 6 months, we have a full moon of Leo. Okay, so this is you will see the manifestation. So as the moon increases toward full light, our energy built and we collect information. All of us have psychic ability. If you work on your intuition, your psychic ability, the full moon can give you a lot of information. What else? Full moon can feel like a bit of destructive energy, right? So it's resulting in more reactive behavior, sometimes tension or tiredness. So you know now, so you need to put extra restriction during the full moon. You may find yourself feeling a little bit in anxiety sometimes or emotionally upset easily. We actually sleep less. It's much harder to sleep in a full moon. So you probably, some of us really feel, even, one of my family member wake up this morning and told me, you know what, I didn't have a good sleep. And I just remind them, we have a full moon right now. So, and they like kind of, made peace with us, which is good. The information has helped us tremendously. So it is important to ensure you care for your body on the full moon. It is a great time to reflect on what you have built during the waxing phases, while shredding anything it doesn't feel right and work for you. So as the full moon waves, we can tie up to the, so to say goodbye to what's not serving us anymore. So it's really, really good to do meditation, the full moon, and so like to make a internal spiritual operation inside of ourselves and to cut certain emotions. Then you, especially full moon, it's almost like x-ray, can show you things which is sometimes it's hard for you to face on your own. So if you see certain emotions not serving you, it's a repetition of the same thing. If you meditate on a full moon and you ask your own angels, you ask your spirit, you ask creator from above for extra help, they're waiting for us to ask for the help. When you ask, you create a vessel, and therefore it's much easier to get support. What organs can be affected by full moon, and especially if you have a very strong Cancerian energy in your chart? It's kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, veins, skin as a touch organ, pancreas, insulin. So it's important to balance your insulin, to have a very healthy meal during these days, glucagon, and stomach digestive system. Stomach, it's number one thing, can be, and from the stomach, remember our digestive system, it's connected to our colon system. The colon system, you know how they say gut feeling? This is what the full moon, it's connecting to our gut feeling. And this is why it's directly connected. So those organs are now more sensitive. So provide them with the extra care. Better to avoid alcohol or any drugs. Neither marijuana, it's not a good idea to have in the full moon. No, absolutely no to surgical intervention, no operation, better to do on the full moon, because the body will take much longer time to heal. And if you remember, when you were born on a full moon, your mom going to more emotional labor than if it will be on different day. Okay, very important to stay balanced, connect to the bigger picture. Do not let this energy, your emotional body, to overpower or mislead you by creating unnecessary drama. Okay, so this is why it's important to meditate and recognize our own unnecessary sensitivity, that you will need to, otherwise you will need to deal with this later when you feel more balance, suddenly you see things completely differently, and you will understand it was unnecessary to explore things, and to make big deal of something wasn't even worth it. And try to pay attention for not to pay attention. I'm going to repeat again. Try to pay attention for not to pay attention to your emotions, and connect to the bigger picture. Always the power of the creator within you. It's very, very important. I hope this information in great service to you guys. As I mentioned before, you always can close your eyes and meditate on letter Tet, and even create list of specific energy you receive in the full moon. You would like to work on it better. Okay, I sending you a lot of love and many, many blessings, and happy full moon to you. All the best. Bye bye.